If you find yourself bewildered by this moment, where there's so much reason for despair and so much reason to hope, all at the same time, let me say I hear you. I'm Ezra Klein from New York Times Opinion, host of The Ezra Klein Show. And for me, the best way to beat back that bewildered feeling is to talk it out with the people who have ideas and frameworks for making sense of it. From my days at the Washington Post to my time as editor-in-chief at Vox, and now as an opinion columnist at the New York Times, I've tried to ask the questions that matter to the people at the heart of those matters. Like, how do we address climate change if the political system fails to act? Has the logic of markets infiltrated too many aspects of our lives? What do psychedelics teach us about consciousness? And what does sci-fi understand about our present that we miss? This is The Ezra Klein Show, and there is going to be plenty to talk about. You can find new episodes every Tuesday and Friday, wherever you get your podcasts.
5 enter detention.
I think he's breathing. I'm calling 911.
4 come out alive.
Heaven's dead.
They think one of us did it.
Based on the #1 New York Times bestseller, One of Us is Lying, a brand new series streaming only on Peacock.
Hey, this is Patriot Nick, and you're listening to the Eric Zane Show podcast, where if you don't like what the host says, he'll threaten to fight you in the streets.
Hey, I'm a girl.
Oh, wait, that's not the right clip.
Guess I have to fight you in the street now.
Oh, there you go. And now here's your host.
I'll fight you in the street.
Eric Zane.
I don't care where it is. I will fight you in the street.
Welcome into the Eric Zane Show podcast, a daily show where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures. Monday through Friday, most Monday through Fridays. There's only been a handful that I haven't Monday through Friday on. More on that in a second. What that means is that I'm not going to Monday through Friday this week because it's Thanksgiving week. Okay, this is a big time. So thank you so much for being here. The live stream of this show from the Baldwin Ace Hardware Fear Bunker Studio. I mean, call it what you want. Call it a closet. Call it a dormer. Call it a whatever the hell you want. It has been my home for nearly 3 years. Thank you very much. And I owe it all to great sponsors like Baldwin Ace Hardware for fueling the podcast and keeping the dogs fed, keeping the insurance bills paid, medical bills. You know, we're ragtagging it. We're blue-collaring it. We're lunch-pailing it. And so glad to be here with you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So on Twitch, as I mentioned, just a relatively new thing. If you are listening to the audio podcast later in the day, you know, I record it, post it, and then you enjoy the audio. If you could, take a second to go to twitch.com/Eric Zane Live and then follow the page. Well, I don't even know what that is. I'm old, Eric Zane. I can't do that. Yes, you can. You can go to a website. You can absolutely do that. Twitch.com. That's TWITCH. Twitch.com/Eric Zane Live and click follow. And then if you're never going to watch the show live, that's fine. I just need you to follow me there. Thank you so much. But I think you'll like it too live. We are up to look at that. We picked up 2 more in the last 24 hours. 252, just 48 away from my goal by the new year of 300 Twitch followers. I know it doesn't sound like a whole hell of a lot, but I'm telling you, this is so very, very important. It's how you build an audience. It's what I've done for the past 3 years, one at a time in it. And it's worked fine. Okay? Able to sustain and keep this rambling wreck rolling along thanks to you and your support. And it's weird because I don't know why some of you even support me, considering the horrible things that I say about you. Yesterday, I may have been the most angry that I've been ever. I mean, at any one point in my life. Oh my God. It was like an out-of-body experience. I blew my stack on the Patreon yesterday. Oh, so embarrassing. It was just the most ridiculous response, over the top. I would apologize for it if I felt bad, but I don't. I think every one of you that I yelled at, you absolutely deserved it. And what's great is I'm now calm, and I still feel that way. And that's what makes me understand that though over the top, sometimes that's great. Sometimes that's a very special thing. And the thing is, though, I think it actually won some of you over even more, because apparently it's hilarious when I get angry. And, well, tell you what, it's not hilarious for me. So I'm so glad that I can entertain you when I'm upset. Legit, I was 1 minute from hitting go live on the Patreon yesterday. Okay, 1 minute. Because I said, hey, 12:50, we're going to go live. 12:50 Eastern Standard Time. We're going to go live on Patreon. I usually put a little note out, handful of minutes before, like letting people know, oh, he's about to go live. Okay, cool. And so I did that. And then at 12:49, I'm sitting here waiting for it to turn to 12:50, and then I'm going to hit live. I was ready, prepared. I had a list of things that I wanted to talk about, ready to go. And then there's a little icon that I watched it change, like in the lower right-hand corner. It's the teeniest, tiniest of icons. It's an icon of a monitor with an Ethernet plug going like on top of it, superimposed. And that indicates you're plugged in. You're ready to go. And so I'm looking, and it says 12:49 p.m. Right next to 12:49 is that icon. And then probably, I don't know, like 16 seconds prior to hitting go. And thank God it didn't go as I started, because that would have been even worse or better for some of you sadistic bastards who love to see me upset. It turned to a globe, like the world, with superimposed on it a slash through it, like, you know, Ghostbusters or Do Not Enter or whatever, which indicates you've lost the internet. And I went, oh no. And then I click a window and it says, oh, snap. Try to reconnect. I'm like, fucking hit the thing. I'm like, come on, let's go. Nothing. Shit. And, okay, this isn't good. This is obvious. This must be, I need to reset or unplug the modem downstairs. I go, sometimes this happens, but the timing on this is ridiculous. Go downstairs, unplug that thing. It's 12:51, 12:52, 12:53. Time is passing. At about this time, on the post on Patreon that I wrote, because it's just like any type of post entry on it, where I wrote, hey, it's just a text message. It says, Patreon starts at 12:50. One of you, my advice to this person is, Kenny, we have such a long history. It's so easy to freak out at you. be the third or fourth man into the ring. Don't be the one that starts it. Because in this case, you got lucky. I'm such a weak-kneed fuck that, okay, if Melissa had started it and then you jumped in, I wouldn't have had, any ground to stand on because she started it. But you started it. And thank God she and Kyler all jumped in. All right? Because I wanted to murder you. Because from my perspective, all I'm doing is like, well, of course he's the one. Of course he's the one to smart off so quickly. As I'm struggling to get the show on, my phone buzzes, and it's Kenny, where I said show starts at 12:50. Kenny writes, "Are you sure?" And I'm like, fuck, I don't need this. I do not fucking need this. And I wrote, "Shut up. Having problems. Can you ever just shut the fuck up?" Kenny, LOL, sorry. Which, by the way, I didn't know this at the time because he snuck in and I see he's back in the mix. Fucking Dirk wrote, "Geez, Kenny, don't you know that everything is exactly the way Eric wants it?" Oh, okay. Here we are. Oh, I see. The prodigal son returns. Mm-hmm. That's what I thought. Then I wrote to Kenny, "Don't say another word to me." Tyler, who also got into this, wrote, "Uh-oh, Kenny, LOL." Kenny says, "It's funny because he'd give me the same shit if the tables were turned." Josh says, "Eric, I'll start today's recap for you. Topics. I'm going to dish out 300 to Kenny right off the bat." Kyler said, "Cardiff wouldn't be having these problems. Holy shit." Melissa wrote 12:50 a.m. Oh, man. So that kind of got me fired up. Then I went ahead and I checked I went on my phone and there was like an internet outage. Something happened. And it said, "You'll be back on at 5 p.m. or something like that." So I'm like, oh, shit. So then I come back in here, okay? And I'm like, all right, I gotta do this podcast, and I can do this. I have an auxiliary plan. And okay, this is crazy because back when I started doing podcasting, I would utilize this device. It's called an iRig, okay? And it's really simple and great. What it does is it hooks up to a certain spot. It's all boring, and then it plugs into your phone, and it's an interface, and it takes your sound, and it makes your mic sound go out onto your phone because I would be using my phone. Back in the day, I did this whole podcast on a phone for like a year and a half, it seems like. The Patreon bonus. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Well, no problem. I'll do it. And then suddenly, I don't know how, but I actually, because it's been so long and I'm such a simpleton, I forgot how to use this. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm doing all these tests, okay, and running it in, and it's not working. Nothing's working. And finally, I just said, oh, fuck it. So I actually used the microphone on the iPhone to do this podcast, in which I started. I hit go, and then immediately just started to like scream at people. I was like, oh my God, shit, fucking yelling, oh my God. So then I was so over the top, and I don't know what it is, but I get messages from people saying that was the greatest Patreon we have ever seen. We love that, or I love that so much. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So if I screamed at you and I said terrible things to you, I need you to know now that I'm calm, that I meant that. That everything I said, I meant. And I'm just so happy that I was able to lash out at you, okay? Every single one of you deserve that. And I don't want you to stop doing that. But my God, did you piss me off? I was so fucking pissed. Son of a bitch. I think I put a string of words together that consisted of shit, fuck, shit, fuck, fucking shit, fuck, shit, or something like that. It was ridiculous. Oh my God. What an asshole. That was the back half of the podcast day. The back half of the day, though, okay, you need to know this. I think I am experiencing, and to some of you, this is going to be good news for you. Some of you anti-vaxxers like Dirk, who is here, obviously. He hasn't gone anywhere. He's just like, I'm not going to participate. Hello, my name is Dirk. I'm still here, but I'm not going to participate. This is going to be good news for some of you anti-vaxxers. But after getting my booster, I think I am experiencing side effects. You see, I'm not putting that poison in my body. I would much rather win a Herman Cain Award and be a stubborn patriot asshole than put that poison in my body. So, as you know, the NFK and I put the poison in our body. And the Queen of the Forest also did this yesterday. We are triple vaxxed now. Thank God. I'm at the basketball game last night, okay? Doing my PA work. I'll talk about that a little bit more in a bit. And I start to feel a little dull headache, okay? And I'm like, well, you know, I am recovering from a cold, and I'm starting to wean myself off the cold medicine. Maybe that's it, okay? And it's just kind of like, it's there. It's like no big deal. I come home. I'm starving. I get some food. It's like 9:30 at night. Putting the food away, wrapping up, getting ready to go upstairs and wind down for the night. And then it was as if a hot poker was heated up. Well, a poker was heated up to like 8 million degrees and stuck right in the spot between my eye and skull, and just kind of like a really, really sharp one, just kind of like wedged in there and sizzled my brain. It was that pinpoint of pain. And I'm like, oh, there it is. Oh, that's the one. Yep. Okay. Be hanging out with Dave Jackanette at the stroke support group going forward. Okay. I'm waiting. I'm looking in the mirror, waiting for my face to sag down. Or maybe this is some type of a blood clot, or I don't know. The tumor, as Kate says, yes, the tumor actually manifested right on my eye. And I'm like, oh, and it was a migraine like you wouldn't believe. Oh, now, it wasn't as bad as that time in Knoxville when I had to go get that shot of Thorazine. I was like, oh my God, that moment in particular was the one time that I really thought I was going to die. Knoxville, Tennessee, 1999, 2000, right around then. It made the one yesterday like 10 times worse. It was so bad that I couldn't even blink. I just had to keep my eyes closed. Any movement whatsoever would result in this ridiculous pain. Diana called Andy Anderton, who was still out partying. This is like on a Saturday night, 1 a.m. Andy, Eric's down for the count. We got to get him to the hospital. Now, I don't know why she didn't call the fucking ambulance. Andy shows up in the WIMZ station truck, drunk as shit. It was called the Chariot of Rock. It was outfitted with, like when, a tow truck has those lights that I think they're red and white, but they're not blue. These were yellow and white. And so it's like a full fucking rack, like a volunteer fireman on top of the Chariot of Rock. And it had one of those old school big antennas that if you hit a button, it goes straight up and you can broadcast from wherever the Chariot of Rock is. They don't use those anymore. But for some reason, I guess he was at like a station event and he got shit-faced and drove the vehicle back. And then on the way, he's like, yeah, I can come get you. Fuck yes. All right, great. He's got his big brick cell phone. Holy shit. Comes flying into the driveway with the lights on. Hey, let's go. He's shit-faced. I'm like, Andy, I don't know if he's going to fucking get in. He's a hillbilly. Get in, motherfucker. Get in there. He takes me over to St. Mary's. They're like, yeah, you're fucked. You're this. They actually did a brain scan to make sure I wasn't having a stroke or something like that. They go, no, you're fine. You got a migraine headache. Thorazine makes you throw up. And then all of a sudden, after about 6 hours, I felt better. Go home. Terry says maybe it was a rage headache, not side effects. Maybe. So I'm laying there last night. I take some medicine. I go, honey, this is bad. And she goes, well, don't look at your phone. That's going to make it worse, idiot. So finally, then the next thing I know, I'm waking up. And I'm like, it's gone. That's it. I go, honey. And she goes, are you okay? I go, yeah. And she goes, I'm not. I go, what? I got a headache. It's the same thing. Oh, my God. She's got the same thing. So I don't want to bug her. She feels like shit right now. I see Hollywood's World of Sports is in the Twitch live stream right now. That would be Joey Williamson. Joey was at the basketball game last night, the Grand Rapids Gold. So, now, as you recall, I gave Joey a ton of shit yesterday when I developed his character voice on the show. Shortly after completing a little bit of an interview with him, I then busted out my first ever impression of Joey Williamson. You all saw it. So, I kind of like popped his cherry. He's no longer a virgin. I'm sitting there at the scorer's table and my phone buzzes. In fact, let me get this up here. Now, as my phone buzzes, I've got 10 people talking to me. It's the first basketball game of the year. The guy who I usually work with is not there anymore. He moved on to a different career path. So I've got new people that are instructing me what to do. And they didn't really have their shit together. And so they're scrambling. And I'm like, hey, don't worry about it. We'll get this. Don't worry about it. There's a couple of boring things that they don't have ready for me. I'm like, no problem. We'll get there. So they're explaining it to me. He writes, hey, are you at the Grand Rapids Gold? Are you at the Grand Rapids Gold game? Short time later, hey, fucker, turn around. So obviously, and it buzzes and lights up, and then I look at it, and in a second I get it. But there's people right behind me. I can't if I were to look over, I would be stopping my conversation that I'm clearly having with people. I'm actually talking to people while he's texting me. So I know he's 10 feet away going, look at me. And I'm like, fuck. Fucking, can you not? You have eyes, okay? Can you not fucking see that I'm in the middle of a conversation with people and we're giving information? Hey, I'm here, everyone. Who doesn't want to see me? Fucking knock it off. Settle down. Timing. Then I don't respond. He adds, "You dumbass, I'm literally standing right behind you, LOL." Finally, the dust settles. I turn around and I go, "Hey, buddy, how are you? Hey, good to see you, Joey." And I'm like, can't you tell that I'm actually doing something? Do you think that when I go to these things, I just sit there and I have nothing to do? All right. Did it ever occur to you that I might be working? I mean, when you go to your stupid fucking wrestling events and one of these stupid assholes is in the ring doing his stupid shit, do you roll over to the apron, crawl into the ring, and tap the fucking guy on the shoulder and say, "Hello, I'm here now," and then wave like fucking Forrest Gump to Lieutenant Dan? You know, is that what you do? Wait a minute, right? You know? Shit. Apparently Megan was listening in the car. She didn't have her AirPods in. Well, so Eric is swearing again, said Bryson. Bryson, I'm sorry, buddy. Look, Bryson, I didn't mean that. No, I did mean that. This is not my fault, Bryson. This is the fault of your mother. Your mother makes horrible mistakes when it comes to trying to keep people saying nasty words in front of you. All right? She thinks she's doing a good job, but she is horrible at it. She's great at other things. Joey says, "This is my fault for getting him worked up." That is not worked up. Yesterday was worked up. Hang on, I got to blow my nose. I don't want you to see this. Horrible. Look, believe it or not, we've got Dear Meathead in 33 minutes. And I 1,000,000% forgot to put a reminder out on my social media that Dad is going to be here and for you to send questions along. I don't think I even have one. Make sure it's subject line Dear Meathead. Let's see. Yeah, I can't remember if I asked him about, would you eat artificial meat grown in a lab? I don't even know if he knows about that. I can ask him that. But I am in dire need of questions for Dear Meathead. So send them along. Eric at ericzaneshow.com. Okay. And it's funny because I was talking about that headache. And right now, I can feel it wanting to come back. I think it might have to do with me screaming and yelling all the damn time. Which reminds me. Listen to these reviews. The last one is the best one. And I applaud whoever wrote it because it actually made me laugh. At the same time, it made me go, "Oh, lost another one." If you follow me on Apple Podcasts, and you should, even if you get the show only on Twitch. If you follow me on Apple Podcasts, you can also leave a review. 1 star, 5 stars, whatever. Write whatever you want. This person, No/Dale, wrote, "New Zane. Great podcast, irrational, tyrannical, slightly off kilter at times, but always a fun listen. Wednesday, I got this one. Great podcast. Hey, Zane, I'm glad I heard you on WATP with Carl Hamburger and pop-in guest Drew Lane during Jocktober. Thanks to you, I discovered your show and now have, well, I think thanks to them. Thanks to them, I discovered your show and now have another show to listen to while working the line at the Michigan Assembly Plant. Is that in Flint? Signed, Frank. Frank, thank you. Don't be a stranger. In fact, Frank, let's be pen pals. Eric at ericzaneshow.com. I love talking to people online. Eric at ericzaneshow.com. And I just don't get enough correspondence on the Shoreliner striping inbox. It's become the lost art form. Sending an email. I will respond to you. Farron writes this. This freaking idiot. This podcast has a guy that has so much passion in his voice. Is that what you call it? For what he does. Makes me laugh every day. Just listen. Don't be stupid and not subscribe. You will be glad you did. Keep up the awesome work, Eric. Always enjoy listening to your show. Thank you, Theron. I appreciate that. Poison for the soul. Oh. This is great. If you like listening to a bitter old man throw a tantrum, yelling nonsense to himself in his closet, this is the podcast for you. This next line is a lie. It says, I hope he finds peace one day. I don't think you want me to find peace. I have found peace. I have tried to continue to support him over the years, but it's just ran its course with me. The bitterness and spite is just too much to listen to daily. Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, the big announcement from Hollywood's World of Sports. All right, I am out for the day. I have work to do for my own podcast later today, LOL. Have a great day, everyone. You're encouraged to check out Joey. Find him at Hollywood's World of Sports. All right? Thank you. Chris says, that's Bleeding Heart Brian. I don't know about that. T-shirt design suggestion. Bitter old man throwing a tantrum. Sarah insults Joey Williamson with nobody cares at Hollywood World of Sports. That's horrible. What the fuck? How could you possibly say that to him? You take that back right now. It's okay if I make fun of Joey. It's not okay if you make fun of Joey. All right. My God. So yeah, yesterday's internet outage caused chaos. Came back. I was glad I got it done. You should know, I'm telling you this right now, I am doing a best of show for Thanksgiving. There will be content on there. And little lady convinced me to take Friday off. And I'm going to put a best of show on there too. I'm going to come up with some bits that I thought went a long way and we had a lot of fun with, and post the same amount of content. And, of course, do right by the sponsors. It is the biggest concern of mine ever to take time off. But putting a best of show together is a little bit of effort, but it's worth it because, everybody, at least you get something to listen to. And I like to provide for the sponsors. So that's very, very important. But also important is I'm going to take Thursday and Friday off. And Friday, because Diana said, look, we wanted to go do something for the wedding. And I'm like, here we are. This is now just a handful of days and the next chapter in our lives. And it had me thinking that for as long as I've been doing this, the chronicling of the lives of these amazing souls who are part of the landscape of my life. Oops. Hi, what's going on? Oh, come see me, please. Come see me. Everybody wants to know how you're doing. Come back. You still hurt? Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Okay, thanks. Love you too. She doesn't feel good. I'm thinking back to, okay, being an open book in either radio days or podcast days. Oh my God, it makes doing this for a living so much easier. You gotta, I mean, this is the shit people remember. The key moments, the hilarious stories, the, whatever, because the only reason why that works, that's why I oftentimes, when I listen to a show, I'm like, man, how come so-and-so, doesn't matter who you're listening to, doesn't give me more real stuff going on in their life? And because that shit's hilarious. And it doesn't matter who you are. And the last person to know it's hilarious is usually the person on the receiving end of it. You got to be able, I mean, if you've ever been hanging out with friends and then your buddy who from way back when starts telling you a story about something that happened to his daughter or his son or his dog or his wife, that's the stuff that drives the time that you're together. So I've always been like, very open about that stuff with, the daughter stuff, son stuff, Jim, Jackie, Maddie, Diana, the NFK, my dad, my mom, Wally, Joanne, World Book Jim, Regular Mike, Push Up Paul, Charity Scam Mike. The list goes on and on. So I'm thinking back to when my kids were very, very small to now. They're all progressing through life. And now the latest is planning for a wedding. Oh, my God. So now, let me just tell you this. Friday is going to be going to a venue because, the wedding is going to go like this. It's going to be at this, at whatever place, and you gotta tour it and see if the bride and groom want this. And my job is to go in and go, yeah, well, whatever you want. I'm not going to be that dad who is going to be nitpicking about cost. I mean, for the most part. My daughter and my future son-in-law have enough sense to be able to do what's appropriate. And, somewhere along the line, this became the responsibility of the father of the bride. Now, I'm going to tell you straight up. I have always been like, well, I will take care of everything. So with that expectation, I go into this fully expecting to cover the cost of every damn thing. Everything. And that's just the way it is. I mean, if you got to take a second mortgage, fuck it. Get it done. Doesn't matter. For as long as I've been a parent, I have been preparing for college and weddings. That's it. And I've been thinking college, weddings, retirement. Just in whatever order. Because I don't want to have to be somebody taking care of me or a burden to somebody. And I want to be able to provide for that. And I think that's a great goal for people. So I've done my best to try to make that happen. So here we are. Well, the fucking funniest thing is happening here because my expectation is I'm on the hook for all of it. And so then I just find this out. Diana says, hey, can you go Friday at 11 p.m. to go look at a venue? And I go, well, yeah, that sounds great. I go, what do you think this wedding's going to cost? $35,000, $40,000? And she goes, well, and this is what was news to me. So-and-so, I think Dinah indicated that. She goes, Justin and Jackie have very good jobs. They are going to pay for some of this. They've already indicated that. And I'm like, they are? Oh, I did not know that. And Justin's mother has volunteered to pay the bar bill or something like that. I'm like, she did? I go, well, that's entirely not necessary. But okay. So that's, bonus. That's expect. Wait, what is it? Expect the worst. Well, I don't even want to say worst. I don't want to put a negative spin on this. So I'm expecting 100% of the cost, but I'm going to get much less than that of the cost. So I'm like, okay, great. I think they're doing a deal where it's not actually in a church, which, if it were me, if I had, if it doesn't matter what I think. I want these two to get married in a Catholic church. I don't think they're going to. I think they're just getting married at the venue. One of those deals. I'm like, come on. But whatever. It's not my wedding. I'm not getting married. That happens. Or dads or moms will be like, no, you must do it this way or I'm not going to pay for it. Ugh. No, I didn't want to be that guy. So that is going on Friday. Okay, I see a number of you have already answered the call and sent me some questions for Dear Meathead. Thank you. I appreciate that. But this whole saga about the wedding thing, we're going to have a ton of stories. Seriously. Never, ever will we be short of things to talk about. I still have plenty of things going on right now that I need to get through, some loose ends to tie. First of all, my friends at Irvine's Auto Repair Grand Rapids Hybrid, they sponsor the Twitch page. They sponsor my Facebook page. Irvine's wants you to go to their Facebook page, Irvine's Auto Repair Grand Rapids Hybrid. And you can get to their Facebook page either just by searching that or on their website. There is a link, I'm sure, for this. They are giving away $1,000 to a worthy local charity. If you are in the West Michigan area and you know of a charity that, who couldn't use $1,000? Irvine's Auto Repair Grand Rapids Hybrid has done this for years. And they've had a number of worthy charities that they have assisted. Okay? So Facebook.com/Irvines, and that's ERVINES.com. Go there and simply write in the comments a charity that you think might be, well, like I said, they would all love to get $1,000. But they then go and they have to decide who this $1,000 is going to be gifted to. So I want you to go to Facebook.com/Irvines and do that. They're a great group of people over there, and every year this is a big part of what they do. So thank you. While I'm at it, two other great things. Man, my voice is dying already. Shit. Stand by. I got to learn to take it easy. I always push it way too hard. The Bennett Flooring Installation Great Flooring Giveaway. We awarded a new flooring install on Monday. Between now and as we get closer to Christmas, we'll be doing that again. So to everybody else who also submitted, you are in the, pool of people that would like to be a recipient of this. If you think you fit the criteria of the Great Flooring Giveaway, I want you to nominate yourself, or you can nominate someone you know anonymously. Okay, they don't have to know that you nominated them. Send me an email, please. Eric@ericzaneshow.com with basically describing your scenario as to why this would be a huge upgrade in your life. New flooring in your home or someone you know and love who might really need something like this. Okay? Honestly, this might be just what a person needs, just to have that, oh my God, one less thing that is burning on my brain. That can go a long way. And I think just a person knowing that someone out there is thinking of them is really spectacular. that can really, really help a person. So I want you to be thinking about that. The great flooring giveaway from Bennett Flooring Installations. Thank you to them. If the person, either you or the person that you have in mind is in Michigan, do reach out to me and give me as many details as you can. And don't feel bad about this. Everybody struggles at one time in their life. Eric at ericzaneshow.com. Send that along to me. Hell, I might nominate myself. Just kidding. I won't do that. Then, okay, I've got an update on the great food giveaway. There's a lot of updates, I realize. But 'tis the season, you know. 'Tis the season for yelling at audience members and for these great events. Started talking about it Monday. I have about $3,300 in food ordered for the great food giveaway. On Thursday, December 23rd, the Zaniacs, myself, the folks at Irvine's Auto Repair are going to meet at Irvine's. We're going to have boxes full of Christmas meals. People are going to drive up, and we are going to grab a box. It's going to be all piled up like a wall of food, 100 meals, 100 boxes full of food, and hand it to these people, and then they speed off. No questions asked. Okay? Each box is going to have a Christmas ham, a bag of potatoes, gravy, corn, and a pumpkin pie. For 100 meals, going to cost about $3,300. So that would be $3,300 or $33 a box. $33 a box is the cost roughly of this. I was talking with Josh over at the Jennison Meyer. We priced all this out. It's all on order. There were some logistic issues, but we still got it done. I'm very happy about that. Thank you to Mike Ball and the usual suspects for reaching out saying, hey, are we doing this? Again, I would have been like, boy, I don't know. It's always you guys pushing me to do the right thing. Thank you very much for that. So, yeah, I take no credit for this. You guys are the ones that drive this. I'm just talking about it. Now, we got to pay for it. So, after talking about it for one day on Monday, because I didn't talk about it all yesterday because I'm an idiot. After one day of talking about it, I've been having you send cash to me on my Venmo. And by the way, if you send the cash, do it the free way. Don't do it the instant way, because then there's a little bit of a charge. Not all of your money. Venmo takes some of the money. Same thing if you do it on PayPal. And I'm going to give you all the information about how to send cash on here. 1 year ago, I sat here doing this, and I said, I'm going to build a nonprofit, and you're going to be able to, it's going to be a tax-deductible donation. I didn't do shit. Hold on a second here. Not because I didn't want to. I think it's more like because I'm just so ridiculously busy. Well, we can do that for you, Eric. I know. We're just going to do it this way again. Okay. I might have to do some math, which will be fun for you all. All right. Thinking out loud. Trying to buy time. Okay. Venmo, you sent $658.95. PayPal, you sent $73.06. Actually, it's a whole number, but like I said, sometimes the apps take cash out. Send it the free way. So that puts us at $732.01 collected. I have not yet made my donation, and I am going ahead on you with the 5s and the 10s and the 15s and the 20s or whatever you want to give. I don't care if it's $1, because here's how this works. All of this money comes in. I screenshot the amounts before I transfer it to my bank account. The bill, I actually show the receipt. I'll take a picture of the receipt and then the transaction of me paying for the money for the 100 meals that's given away. There will be money left over. That money then is donated to Kids Food Basket, which I then donated from here. And then I will prove that to you and show it, do screenshots. You can see all that shit. Being transparent about it, because sometimes people are like, oh my God, I'm just throwing money at your Venmo or your PayPal. I mean, holy shit, you're going to embezzle me. I'm not going to fucking Jesus. How could that possibly be? That would be ridiculous. So that's how it works. So if you want to send cash, all right, skip the bits on Twitch and the subscriptions. Send it for this, because these people got to eat. All right. This is what you do. My Venmo at Eric-Zaitunian. I know Duchess says, we believe you, Eric. I know. But it's very important for me to say that, because sometimes people are new. They don't know. And, I just want this to all be as above board as possible. I never touch this money. At Eric-Zaitunian is my Venmo. Okay? And then my PayPal, you can send it there as well. What is it? Oh, at Eric Zane Show. You can fire that off, even if it's just a handful of bucks. All right? I didn't decipher. Hold on. Venmo equals, I'm such an idiot, at Eric-Zaitunian. And then PayPal at Eric Zane Show. Yes. There you go. So I am so proud of the fact that after one day of talking about it, we already are sitting at a huge chunk of money of $732.01. That is remarkably effective. Thank you. So once we reach the goal for the cost of the food, we're going to have that ton of money. And then I'm going to send, like I said, over to Kids Food Basket. Now, here's what Kids Food Basket does. If you've never been to their operation, we've done this once where we helped organize this. A bunch of Zaniacs. They spend all their money on food to make these lunches, sack lunches for underprivileged kids in and around this whole area of town. And their reach is very, very far. And that charity continues to grow. Bridget Clark Whitney is the lady behind it. She's absolutely a dynamo. I got to get her back on the show. So then we take that extra money and then so all this money goes to them, and then huge amounts of food is purchased at a really low cost. They make these sack lunches, and then, oh my God, and they just do so much to help kids who otherwise just don't eat. Food sensitive kids, my God. Cannot imagine that. So that's what we're doing. Thank you. You guys are the shit. Oh my God. Again, send it the freeway. We don't want Venmo or PayPal getting any of this cash. All right. Every dollar counts. I saw one of the great, I've never seen this before. I was at the basketball game last night. Grand Rapids Gold. Twice, I almost said Grand Rapids Drive. The team just changed hands. Long story. Hey, fans, your Grand Rapids Gold. Want to hear ya. Make some noise. The head coach of the Gold is Jason Terry. I've mentioned this before. One of the nicest dudes I've ever met. This guy had a long NBA career. He won a NBA title with the San Antonio Spurs, I believe. And I think his scoring average is terrific. And I think he's 14th all time in 3-point percentage, ahead of some really, really big names. The guy was just ice in his veins. Great player for like 2 decades. A long time in the NBA. And I met him weeks ago, and I could just tell this is a very friendly, outgoing, affable, nice person. He did something at the game that in all my years of doing basketball, I've never seen happen before. First of all, I walk into the arena and the team's warming up and he sees me, goes, "E!" I go, "Hey, Coach Terry, how are you?" Shakes my hand, remembered me. Nice. I'm like, "Hey, you excited?" "Oh, I can't. I'm just so loving this." He's just really nice guy. Easy to like this guy. Just, he has it. I'm telling you, man, that makes the difference so much when it comes to me. It makes you you just start rooting for the guy. So Grand Rapids is playing the team that used to be Grand Rapids, okay, in their first home game. Before the pandemic, it was the Grand Rapids Drive. The asshole Pistons said, "We want you to move the team to Detroit." Everybody has to move, and you leave the team in Grand Rapids. The ownership group responded and said, "Fuck you very much. No, we're not moving." And they said, "Well, then we're pulling the affiliation. You have no affiliation now." And Grand Rapids said, "Okay, fuck you very much and go fuck yourself. Your team sucks anyway, so smell you later." So they leave. And the Grand Rapids Drive become the Motor City Cruise. Okay? So the affiliation, the Pistons affiliation is now with this team in Detroit. So their affiliation is right there. Grand Rapids has no affiliation now with the NBA. Down to the 11th hour, the Denver Nuggets make friends with the ownership group in Grand Rapids. And the Grand Rapids Gold now have an affiliation with a much superior franchise. They're a much better team. And so that is awesome. We put the coach in place. Let's sell some tickets. Let's go see a Gold game. So here we are. Finally, a year and 8 months since the pandemic, because they didn't play last year. Here we are. Basketball game. I'm stoked. It's great fun. We got some familiar names on the Grand Rapids Gold. Nick Stauskas from Michigan is a fan favorite. And, it's awesome. And we're playing the team that used to be the Drive. So it's fucking great. So this game is back and forth the whole game. And right away, I'm like having so much fun. I really, really enjoy those games. I don't even follow the NBA. The only time I follow the NBA is when there's a fist fight. I love watching these games, and I kind of have to because I'm doing the PA. Coach Terry, late in the game, we need defense. While the Motor City team is dribbling down the court and we got to play defense, he looks to the crowd and starts going, "Defense, defense." And I'm like, what? I have never seen that before. A coach being a cheerleader while the game is going on. I'm like, what the fuck? So I start going, "Defense, defense, defense." And then the crowd starts doing it because the coach is doing it. I start doing it. Crowd starts doing it. The whole crowd immediately responds. And that Deltaplex, in all its glory, is cheering, "Defense, boom, boom, defense, boom." And it worked. And then, so the team gets a stop. And coach turns around and he's clapping and thanking the fans during the game. I have never seen this before in my life. I'm like, oh my God, people are going to love this guy. I mean, seriously, I've never seen a coach do that in all my years. I've seen a lot of coaches in that spot. No, they don't even pay attention to the fans. This guy uses the home crowd as a weapon. He has weaponized the home crowd. It was great. And I swear to God, the Motor City team, they started to get shitty the second he started to do that. It was awesome. Loved it. So make sure. Now, there's a game tonight. And you can go to that game, the Grand Rapids Gold game. And they also do this thing, and I just found out about this. There's a grocery chain here in West Michigan called Family Fare. If you spend $25 at Family Fare and you bring the receipt to the game, you get on Fridays. spend $25 at Family Fare on Friday, and then you bring the receipt to the game on Friday when there's a Friday game, and you get 2 tickets for free. What the? That is incredible. What a promotion. So cool. All right. We are moments away from getting my dad on the show for Dear Meathead. This last hour is the open of the show and brought to you by the aforementioned Irvine's Auto Repair Grand Rapids Hybrid. 616-532-6600. Facebook at Irvine's. So facebook.com/Irvine's, ERVINES. That's where you'll find their post about the charity. Don't forget that. And also don't forget that this is where you go to get your vehicle repaired. This is an experience different than what you may have experienced before by going to, the neighborhood grease monkey with some guy. You walk in, ding dong, there's no one at the front desk. Okay. And then you look and there's some guy working on a set of brakes with, he's fat as shit. His guts hanging out. His ass crack is there. He's sweating like a pig. He comes walking and my car is making a funny noise. I was like, okay, I'm fucking busy right now. Yeah, okay. I don't know. My car was making it. Yeah, you're going to have to come back. Avoid all that by going to Irvine's. Call them at 616-532-6600 to get in touch.
Sling TV, built to save you money and bring you the channels you love, including ESPN, AMC, HGTV, and more. Watch your favorite comedies, dramas, suspense thrillers, news, sports, and more for just $35 a month. And your first month is only $10. Sign up now and start streaming right away on your TV, phone, and tablet. Take control of your TV solution with Sling. It makes TV flat out better. Go to sling.com to sign up now and get your first month for just $10. Tubi, guaranteed to make your crappy day a whole lot better. That's not actually their tagline, but it could be, because Tubi is a free streaming service with hundreds of hours of adult comedy, animation, and live action that will keep your inner child entertained and laughing. Remember laughing? It's nice. Sign up for Tubi today and watch their new animated series, The Freak Brothers, starring Woody Harrelson, John Goodman, Pete Davidson, and Tiffany Haddish. Stream it today, totally free, only on Tubi. That's Tubi.
The Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage reminds you that if you're in the market, just consider them in your fact-finding mission of finding out who is going to service your mortgage. I don't expect you to just call and hire him sight unseen. All Mario wants you to do is make him part of the conversation with the other people who may be trying to win your business. Mario's confident that you will like what he's doing. His attentiveness is key. 231-332-6505. It might be for a refi, might be for your first mortgage, might be for a new mortgage. 231-332-6505. NMLS number 3035. The Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. Okay, most of the schools around here, unless if you're in Patriot country like I'm in right now, are closed right now. TC Paintball is where you want to take your kids today for the Little League. Details at tcpaintballgr.com. If not the Little League, just gather up the troops and get ready for a great time at TC Paintball. I have created on this show, well, I should say Rick has created a band of paintball, I guess, competitors. The Tarantula Farmer and his kids and Jason Mays. I think there's a team that's in the works. Am I part of that team? God, I hope not, because it's going to be terrible. These folks have become like all about paintball. That's the go-to stress reliever. That's the fun time with the family. TC Paintball. Connect with your kids and get involved and show them a great time at TC Paintball, especially during the holidays when the kids are off. I'll tell you right now, that is a hell of a time. And you can even just go without having any equipment whatsoever. You just drop $50 on them. You got 3 hours there with the gun, with the paint, with the mask, with the fun at TC Paintball. All right. Let us bring in my dad for another edition of Dear Meathead, brought to you by JM Synthetics, online at jmsynthetics.com. Hey.
Good morning.
Hey, Dad, how are you?
How you doing?
I'm very well. Good morning to you.
Hey, thank you. Same to you, honey.
I'm a little late today. I was jibber jabbering, you know.
Was it Jim first or jabbering?
Little of both. I've been telling all sorts of stories.
Oh,
which I love to do.
Do you? What time do you get up in the morning?
The alarm goes off at 6:20, so that's not too terrible.
Ugh.
No, that's not bad. I mean, I get plenty of sleep. I mean, they're back in the radio days. That was horrible having, and I got up much later than the rest of the guys. And getting up in the 4 o'clock hour is when I would get up.
I didn't remember that.
This is much better.
Well, at least you're in a compound of your own home and you're comfortable, you know.
Yeah, it kind of
walk around with your underwear on, you know.
Yeah, really. I mean, I've been wearing pretty much sweatpants and slippers for the past 3 years.
Hey, you got that special slipper that they got out there now?
Wait a minute. There's a special slipper?
It's just like your shoes, but it's a light thing. You walk around the house. You don't wear them outside.
Well, wait a minute. Isn't that a slipper?
That's a slipper to me.
Well, wait a minute. Are you telling me that's like a new thing?
This is a pretty new stuff. I've never seen those before. John bought me a pair, and it's awesome.
Wow.
I don't know why she's laughing about it.
Wow. So are you telling me if I look in the right spot, I can get something like a shoe, but a slipper, called a slipper?
It looks like a shoe. It's nice. And inside of it is all quilted. It's perfect.
Wow.
Warm. Oh, it's warmer than hell. Hey, warmer than hell. That's pretty good.
Yeah, if only, it's funny because I just looked down, Dad, and
yeah,
you won't believe it. I'm actually wearing a pair of those right now.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Oh, I just got them not too long ago, maybe 3-4 weeks ago.
Right. Well, I'm so happy because now your feet won't be cold, Dad.
Oh, it's awesome.
Wow. That's isn't it spectacular when they invent something new?
Yeah. This is good. This is a keeper.
I am so glad that that new invention just hit the market.
Yeah. That's funny.
Okay. All right. Well, so hey, I got a question for you guys.
Okay.
Did you have any side effects after you got the COVID booster?
Nothing. I didn't. A tiny little. It's just like we get flu shots every year, and it's the same thing as what the flu shot did.
Last night, I had a headache like you wouldn't believe.
What?
Yeah, it was like somebody put a hot poker in my brain.
Why?
I don't know. And then today, Diana's got it. So I'm wondering if it has something to do with that. But it's gone now. But at the time, I thought I was having a stroke.
Wow. Wait a minute. What? Did you have your final shot? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, you got his booster.
Yeah.
The booster shot?
Yeah. I got the booster and the flu. So I don't know what's going on. But it was a little weird,
We had no side effect.
Okay, well, that's good. Glad to hear it.
In fact, I think that they cheated me. They shot water in me instead of the fluid.
I doubt that. I doubt that.
Well, no, I'm just saying it, I just have no side effect.
Okay, well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. Okay, so we have a big change in Thanksgiving. Are you just laying low? Is anybody bringing you guys some food? What's going on, Dad?
Nothing. I tell you, I am so disappointed in what we're not doing.
Yeah.
Used to get the family together and just awesome,
Yeah.
I mean, this tiny little house housed, 12, 13 people.
Yeah. We usually pack them in, but knowing our luck, I mean, something bad would happen, Yeah. I'm so sorry.
I'm really glad that Joanna is doing what she's doing.
Yeah, and that's the smart thing. I mean, because honestly, and I had a conversation with you yesterday that if in 1 year, if it's time for Jackie and Justin to get married and it's as bad now then as it is now, I wouldn't want you there.
I wouldn't be there.
No,
I would not be there.
No, I'm with you. We're on the same page. Don't even worry about that.
And people that are having it, they're foolish. They still can turn out to be a big deal. It's not out of the norm.
And the reason why I say that is more based on, I mean, obviously your age. That is a factor that does play into it, and I would want you safe.
Oh, I'm so grateful to God that all of this stuff had no side effects or nothing. We're doing so great with it. But who knows,
All right. Now, Dad, I've got a number of questions that people have sent along. I would like to ask you those questions now.
All right. I hope that I can give them some intelligent answers.
Oh, I know you can. I know you will.
Okay.
And you know what'll be? It'll be easier because your feet are toasty warm.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, I feel like dancing with them.
All right. I can't remember if I've asked you this before, but a little bit of background. Did you know that in labs they are creating artificial meat?
What?
Yeah, they're taking protein and then they're putting it like in a petri dish and able to make actual meat, but it's grown in a lab. It doesn't come from a cow. It's just like a cow, but it's almost like cloning the meat, and they're growing it, and it's starting to become more of a thing. And before too long, it's going to be on store shelves where you can get ground beef grown in a lab. And my question is, well, actually, Randy's question is, would you eat artificial meat grown in a lab?
No.
Really?
No.
Even if it looks and smells and tastes just like ground beef?
No.
How come, Dad?
It's just stupid. My brain tells me to tell you it is stupid.
Okay. What if there was a taste test and you had real ground beef and fake ground beef and you tried them both and you couldn't tell the difference?
I don't care.
No.
As long as I know where it comes from, that's what I would decide what to do with it. But I will not have I don't know, chemically, or I don't know how they make that. No, beef is a beef. Comes from an animal. And that's what my forte is. Otherwise, how the hell am I going to eat that stuff?
Got it. All right. I got it. That is what I expected. Beef is a beef, comes from a cow. That's what my forte is.
Correct. There's no way you can make artificial beef.
Right. Well, I think part of it is, Dad, there is concern that believe it or not, when a cow produces a lot of methane because I swear to God, they're farts. And it damages the ozone layer. So nowadays, a lot of people are worried about the environment. So if you were to eliminate 1 million cows farting, This sounds stupid, but it's true. It would. The theory is it would make the planet last longer. It's more sustainable.
Hey, I got bad news for those people that think that way. The other chemically activated crap that they put out there in the air is the one that's really doing the damage.
It is, huh?
There's so much in the atmosphere is terrible. It's all chemical, all artificial things that they manufactured and did it.
So leave the cows alone.
Leave the cows alone.
Okay.
The people. Oh, my gosh. You might as well chop down the heads of some human beings and then put it out there on a platter and eat it. Some real fart or something. Did you really experience some real fart?
Right. All right, Dad, how about this one? I can't remember if I've asked you this one either. I think I did. Tell me if this rings a bell. Dear Meathead, I have a problem with the couple that lives next door. First of all, the man is a drug dealer, but he keeps to himself. The girlfriend, though, gets messed up on drugs and harasses my family. And let's see, I'm jumping ahead here. The other day, she was completely nude, dancing like a stripper outside, and yelling at us about being bad parents. I called the police. They did nothing. And the latest is she continues to act like an idiot. She told me, she swore at me and told me to shut up. And tonight I almost wanted to slug her, but that probably won't help. I need some wisdom about how to deal with this crazy lady dancing nude in front of my family and yelling at us. Thank you, Jesse.
Jesse, you got a problem there. You're not going to correct this idiot's thinking. She's going to keep doing. And then if they're on drugs and all that, there's nothing you can do about it. All you're going to do is aggravate the hell out of your own life. And I'm so sorry that you're going through that. And to me, that woman is totally out of her mind.
Right.
Acting the way she's acting in public. I mean, my God, if that's all right, we'll all be walking around the street half naked or all naked. I mean, what is it? That's a sick woman. What's the matter with the police?
Yeah, I don't know what some of the cops said.
I don't think there's any laws put out there in the books that you can't do that.
I think, I'm not sure about that. I think...
But even if there is, hey, this woman is totally out of her mind.
Maybe, Dad, he shoots some video and then, starts to build some type of case looking for her to break some law. If I could just jump in here, Jesse, ultimately, this is temporary. This is not going to last forever. Something bad's going to happen to these people because of this.
Something bad definitely will happen.
Yeah.
In the meanwhile, you are wasting your energy on trying to straighten her out.
Yeah.
Don't know what you have to do. It's unfortunate that you're exposed to this.
Right. I think just be patient. I think wait her out. Wait him out.
It's against the law as far as I'm concerned. Indecent exposure. That's my wife's comment.
I think you're right on that, but I don't know if that applies if they're on their own property. I think
that doesn't mean anything.
Maybe.
To me.
I don't know. Yeah, I agree with you, but I think...
supposed to have some kids of mine out there playing, and then we're looking at a naked woman.
Yeah, I know. That's rough.
Indecent.
Yes, it is. And she probably looks like hell, too, you know?
Well, that's why we created pants, that we can cover ourselves with it.
Yes, indeed.
Otherwise, we walk around naked with our dingling hanging out there.
Dad,
it's ridiculous.
Dad, I got that down. That's why we created pants.
Yeah.
All good.
That's just for the guys. I don't know what the women will have to do.
Well,
but
they have pants for women too.
Yeah.
Women wear pants. No, she shouldn't be out there in the street like that.
Absolutely. All right. Drew writes this. Dear Meathead, I have a relative who thinks they are an expert in remodeling a home. They've watched TV shows and believe they are experts. Believes he is an expert. They have recently done several projects that look terrible. What's a good way to tell my relative that they are not good at home improvement projects and they should seek another hobby? Please embellish. Signed, Drew.
Drew, first of all, let's say that you told them about how you feel about what they have. What did you accomplish?
Exactly.
It's the way he likes it or she likes it.
Right.
You shouldn't even make a comment to them.
No.
Let them do what they want to do. However, if it really, I don't know, create a problem for you to look at it, well, that's your issue.
Yes, I think, yes.
If this is what they did, it's their decision. They're enjoying it. You don't even make a comment. Don't even say it looks good.
Yeah, you don't have. You can just.
Well, don't say nothing.
Exactly. You, if it's theirs and they're happy with it, you just let them be.
Yeah, well, people are hanging banners on their houses and all that. There's something that I don't like. I don't go make a comment to them that, hey, you got to take that down. No, that's his house. That's his decision. Let him be. I mean, we get too involved in what people are doing.
Aha.
Get involved in what you're doing.
Very good. Dennis writes this. Dear Meathead, do you like to go fishing?
No, I never really cared for fishing.
Wasn't there a moment when...
I never have.
Wasn't there a moment when you went to Mexico with Mike and Art on a vessel?
Wait a minute. We went to Mexico and did what?
Didn't you go on a boat with Art and Mike to Mexico on a fishing trip? And,
we never went for a fishing trip that I know.
Well, yeah, I think that was the point. You were going on a...
No, it doesn't... I got sick. Oh, yeah. I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
I got sicker than a dog.
Yeah.
Being on that boat.
Yeah, I guess they were concerned about your well-being so much so that.
Yeah, I remember that. Middle of the night, I was up awake. I was tossing and all that, and I was leaning over. For tossing and all that. And then this guy grabbed me because he thought I was going to go forward.
You almost went over the side of the charter.
The side, yeah.
My God.
I mean, I really was sick. And then I didn't even go to bed that night. I just sat out there. They had a place that people sat around and had breakfast and brunch.
Right.
So I just sat there all night.
Yeah, for days. You were sick for days.
And then, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Came the next day, I was feeling better. The guy says, hey, you spent all this money to be here. You have fish. I said, no. Well, come on. They put the fishing pole and all that in my hand, and I caught me one huge albatross.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And we brought it home.
I do remember that story, the rest of that you ended up landing that massive fish.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I was so sick to my stomach to catch it because I'm not the animal catcher,
Yeah, I know.
And all that.
Yeah.
I was sick to my stomach for catching a big fish.
Yeah.
That was alive at one time and now it's dead.
Oh, yeah.
And we brought him home and we ate him.
I'm the same way, Dad. I struggle with that sort of thing. So let me write this down. I was sick to my stomach because I caught a fish that was alive and now it's dead.
I mean, it was a big fish.
Yeah. All right. Mike is listening in Canada. He wrote, Meathead, you have any stories about taking trips to my beautiful country of Canada?
Yes, we have.
Didn't you
short term?
Didn't you go to Windsor to buy insulin cheap?
Well, we usually do that, yeah. Yeah, but that's not it. We had a nice trip that we went out there, but we did go to Canada
Yeah.
Yeah, and the bad part of that was that there was a time of the year that, I don't know, what I didn't like is that the people that own stores, they're washing their streets, they're throwing their...
Well, that was Mexico.
Oh, that was in Mexico, sorry.
Wait a minute. Did you just get Canada mixed up with Mexico?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, all right. That's good enough. That's good enough.
Oh, boy.
That's a first. Brian writes this, Dad. Dear Meathead, my friend Kenny, every time something goes wrong, has a smart-ass comment. It really makes me mad. Should I fight him to make him understand how much I hate it? Or maybe should I send him to an island? Signed, Eric.
Well, I don't know what he says, how badly affects you. First of all, I wish I knew that what he said. No, that the Canada is a ultimate punishment. I mean, not Canada, but the island is the ultimate punishment.
Yeah, I was going to say, Canada is good. Island is,
Canada's a wonderful country.
You got to go to the island is for, isn't the, didn't you say the island?
The island is going to be hell on wheels because my way, all they would have in their lifetime is the clothing that they wore initially when they went in there. We're not going to give them any new clothing and all that.
Yeah.
They might have to live naked.
Yeah. And we all know that that's why we created pants from earlier.
That's right. Absolutely. Let them damage each other.
Yes.
But I'll tell you what, that really, really is this cure to this problems that we have in this country here. Do you hear how many people are being killed on a daily basis? Young kids.
Yes, that is...
And this has got to stop. This weapons that is given to people, they got to be taken away from them.
Dad, that is all very true and very, very sad. So are you suggesting that Eric here, who wrote this letter, when Kenny upsets him, he should just ignore it or he should attack Kenny?
No, you cannot attack all you're doing is opening up a big can of worms.
Okay, let it go. Don't be so soft. Don't be such a baby.
Hey, if I want to do something and I'm getting away with it and there's no law to stop me, there's nothing he can do to stop it other than go to the fists and guns.
You don't want to go to the fists and guns.
And the guns, because someone is coming out really, really hurt or killed.
Dad, I wrote down the island is going to be hell on wheels.
That's right. That's right. I'll tell you, that island is going to cure so much problems.
All right.
So we got to have a big island, and bad criminals sent out there and have patrol all around that island on a daily basis, making sure that nobody got away. It's like getting in the ocean, try to swim ashore.
Dad, I've got one more question for you and Joanne. Are you ready?
I'm ready for you. I'm really ready for everything today.
Nathan writes this, Dad. Dear Meathead, my wife has suggested that I need to see a psychiatrist. I don't understand why. Is there a way, do you think, to test myself to see if I'm crazy? So he wants to do before he goes to get mental help, I guess he's asking if there's a way to see if he's nuts ahead of time, which, I mean, I can't think of anything. Can you, Dad?
No, I'm shuffling through my brain thinking, how do you know if someone is crazy?
I don't know. I don't know why he doesn't just go to the doc. Just go there, right?
That's right. Let someone else with some kind of knowledge of it diagnose,
Have you ever...
that's something that you think you have an issue with. I don't think you even should take another minute to do nothing about it.
Did you ever go see a counselor? Have you ever had to see
a counselor?
Yeah.
Of course, every counselor is not the right people. You got to select somebody that's decent.
Yeah.
And has intelligent enough to do that. But this is not a good thing for you to have, because if you're going to go through life with that, you're really not going to have anybody that cares for you.
I remember when I was a kid, my mom said I was like 10 years old. My mom says, okay, God rest her soul. She said, you need to go see a counselor. So I'm like, I don't even know. And so I remember I would just sit there and not say anything. I hated it. And then he suggested that it would be me and my mom at the same time talking, So she was in there with me. And so then he had a conversation with us both. And then the counselor, he kind of like pointed the finger at her and he said, I think the problem is you, not him. And so I never saw that counselor again.
Yeah, of course. That's right. That's exactly what would
She's
happen.
like, mom's like, that guy's crazy. No way. You're not going back to that guy again.
Yeah. God rest her soul, really. But she was a good mother.
Yeah, she's a good lady. Yeah, she was good.
She really, on her own, she did that.
Hey,
Raised you guys.
Oh, yeah. I got nothing but good things to say about my mom. It was just
really, mom and dad of her caliber or my caliber, I think we're kind of hard to find.
Yeah, I mean, you were good. You're not better than me, but you're good.
No, but I kept track of you guys.
Yes, you did.
I was not one to try you twice a year.
No, you did as you did your best.
I picked up on weekends, went out, and you got into my supply of Playboy magazines.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was a shock. I couldn't believe it. I could never.
And, what the hell,
I'm going to tell you right now. I had never, ever in my life seen a woman nude in my life. So this is, 6 months after you left, and walking into that residence on Crocker, that apartment, and all those books, and I guess your buddy Gary or Al brought them over. Yeah, that was your excuse. That's a lie. Oh my God. That was, and I'm like, what is going on here? And I couldn't believe it. And then, that was it's a legendary story. A legendary story.
And let me tell you with that story, they had this huge pool that we sat around with the guys and all that. They conned me into smoking dope.
Yeah, how did that happen again?
I puke. One time. I hated that. Gary was the guy. Was that Gary?
Yes, it was Gary. Gary, that was...
Come on, this is good stuff, So I took a puff. I immediately got sick.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Gary, he liked the nose candy, too. I think he was... Yeah, he was into the Bolivian marching powder. And, this was the 1980s, so that's all that people did was they would just snort coke and smoke pot.
I'll tell you, I don't know what was in my makeup. I never cared for that crap.
Yeah, I remember that guy. I remember also that I was just talking about this the other day in the podcast, how after it was like a light switch because, I didn't see you for like a week or something like that. And then the next time I saw you, you had gotten a perm. So you had a different haircut, and then I was like, what is going on? Who is this man? And it was really something. And Mom, oh my God, she would get so pissed. Holy crap.
I was going to be like one of the boys.
Oh, I know. Well, you had a different life to lead at that point. And
you loved it. You come out there in the swimming pool.
It was great.
Into my magazines.
And you would buy us Atari games, and Mom would, and man, I would come home with those video games, and she would be so pissed. Oh my God, she was so mad. She's furious. And she's like, all right, go mow the lawn or go pick up the dog poo. She would just get so ticked. Oh, my God. Incredible. All right. Well, look, That's it. I have no more questions for you. I can't stress enough how happy I am that you're here, and I'm thankful for you. On the day before Thanksgiving, I wish we could be together, but it is what it is.
What it is,
You know, and just remember.
I feel bad for my wife. That poor girl, she's quarantined. She likes to have the family over and whatnot. And nothing is happening,
Dad, just remember, beef is a beef. It comes from food. That's what is my forte.
Yes.
That's what you said, and that's the words of wisdom to live by here. Okay.
Absolutely. Just remember that and mind your own business.
Yep. Okay. I love you guys.
I love you too, honey.
Happy Thanksgiving.
And hug your baby and the girls and tell them we all love them and
All right.
all the good things.
Okay, Dad. I'll talk to you. Joanne, I love you guys. You guys have a good one. Okay.
All right. If I don't talk to you before, we'll talk to you a week from now.
Okay. Enjoy. I'll talk to you. See ya.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, honey.
See ya. There you go. Wow. Legendary edition of Dear Meathead right there. How about that? Oh, my God. He was full of meatheadisms. The beef is a beef. It comes from food. That's my forte. What else was there? I had a bunch of them written down. That's why we created pants. The island is going to be hell on wheels. A couple more I wrote down somewhere. Oh, my God. Thank you to JM Synthetics for making that segment possible. Go to jmsynthetics.com and buy something, for God's sake. Thank you to Jason Mays. Shoo! When we get done with this podcast, God willing, if the internet doesn't die, the Patreon is going to happen. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. Join me on there. 15 plus hours of content every week. Yes, it's hard to believe, but it's true. Every week. And I would like you to try it for just $5. $5 for a month. You get all that content. So if you like this show, it's like this, but on steroids. Okay? A lot of the times I reveal stuff on there because it's safely behind a paywall that I don't always talk about on this podcast because I don't want to just throw it out there for the world to see. Sometimes there's stuff on there that's a little bit more inside baseball, if you know what I mean. And I do the show every day, Patreon bonus podcast. Shut this one down and start that one. Not to mention, Smarter Than a Former Drug Dealer Trivia, which Dale took on Johnny P. yesterday. Johnny P., an old radio head. I then had a conversation with him about radio. Because he just slaughtered Dale. It was, spoiler alert, he just killed him. The Insane Asylum, I feature that on there. Lost Zane Recordings, the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast, which is on hiatus this week. Be back next week. $5 a month for the audio. I suggest just trying it for a month. If it sucks, cancel it. If you're like, man, this is perfect. This is exactly what I need. I needed more podcasting to fill my day. All right? That's where you get it. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. If you really like it, you can convert to a yearly, and I'll save you 10%. Whoops. Hope that didn't just shut me down. Mm-hmm. Whew. It's safe behind the paywall unless Dean is listening. A couple of jokes about that. Aram. Thank you, Aram. He writes, you should really have a backup plan to keep the podcast going on schedule if the internet goes out. Shut up. I absolutely have a backup plan. Did you not get it yesterday, fuckface? You know, who the fuck are you people? You should really have a backup plan. Well, first of all, dick, if you're dependent upon the internet and the internet leaves, how the fuck can that possibly make any sense? And I pulled it off through a fucking cell phone. There's the backup plan. Shut the fuck up, Aram. Aram, you're going to eat 600. It's time for your smart ass to consume the deliciousness of 600 seconds. Oh my God. Unbelievable. Unacceptable, in my opinion. All right. Where was I? Bennett Flooring Installation. Call upon them. They're going to show up at your residence. They're going to measure the room. And they're going to get the job done right. Put the flooring down right. Love them so much. Love them for the great flooring giveaway, which is going on right now. If you need Bennett at your place to measure, call this number or text it. 616-318-0167. 616-318-0167. Bennett Flooring Installation. Laminate. Could be carpeting, hardwood, vinyl plank, tile. Doesn't matter. They'll install it all for you. Okay? Don't forget them. While I'm at it, my latest sponsor, actually, in whatever's old is new again. Johnson's Carpet One in Granville, Michigan. This is where you're going to buy the flooring. Can't drop the E, add a U. Works there. Longtime supporter / friend of the show. Okay? Now, these folks had been on Johnson Carpet One Floor and Home, had been on the show before, and then the pandemic hit. All right?